Whoa. Hi. Mac.
Alright Rangers. It's Devin time.
I don't know if that's what they say. Welcome in. Okay. So I was able to get the immediate issues with Game Over resolved. Those are now in the beta branch. So let's talk about the beta branch. How does that work? What is that? How do you do that? Okay, so check it out. If you want to get in on the beta action, what you do is you go to Paper Robot Demo, go to a little gear icon here, and go to Properties, I think. And then you can go to the Betas tab here. I'm gonna say, you wanna unlock the private beta? You can do this. So yeah, I gotta enter in the secret code, which I definitely remember off the top of my head. Give me lizards. Give me capital M, capital L. Give me lizards. Exactly like this. Check code. Success. Beta unlocked. Opt in to closed beta. And now you have the ability to switch which mode of the game you are playing. You can either choose to play the closed beta version or the regular default version, which is just no beta. That's it. And that lets you access the version that is currently uploaded but not out to everyone. Because we're going to let that be available for a bit before I make that live. Give me lizards. I'm going to edit my previous message. So that I don't have the wrong message in there. Thank you for the lizards, Mac. So that's available for everyone. It's not like a secret beta exactly, but you know, there's a chance that I could screw something up, as is apparent. Okay, what do we do tonight? There's so much. Okay. As long as we're making progress, someone is going to spend someone is, right? Someone with a lot of disposable income who wants big famous streamer to notice them will totally do that. That's not a question of whether or not they will. It's more of how often. It doesn't even show on all channels. That's very silly. Maybe doing some A/B testing or something. I don't know. All right. What do we absolutely need to do to get Chapter 2 done? Okay, we're not even putting it to a poll. We're just knocking things out. Field wind. Here we go. In the substation area. Substation. We got this guy here, whose deal is he's gonna have gust of wind happening. So he needs a special patrol set up, similar to how Drillbite does. Enter enemy patrol. We're gonna have a special Breeze Blossom Actor, Breeze Blossom Patrol. Is that what it's gonna be called? Breeze Blossom Patrol. Yes. Okay, so that's gonna go in entities, actors, base actor, enemy patrol. Here we go. Breeze Blossom Patrol. Yes. Create script. Okay, so the idea is we are going to control this by a series of variables that's going to determine. So the idea is that this guy will blow breeze to the left, turn around, blow breeze to the right, or does he just face one direction? No, I think it should be allowed. I'll need one variable to define whether or not he sticks to one facing or not. So I'll define that as he is forced left, forced right, or alternates. And then I need a variable for how many seconds of breeze and how many seconds of pause. Hey, Slav. We are prepping. We're going ham tonight. We are knocking some things out. I still have regions of the game that aren't done in Chapter 2, and I really want to get Chapter 2 knocked out so we can... I don't know. I don't know if we're going to take a breather. I probably should at some point after Chapter 2 is done. Even if it's just like a week off or something. To just take a moment and rest. But we got to get to that point. We got to get up this mountaintop. Because there's 6 more mountains after this that we got to climb. Video games stink, Al. Need I remind you. Okay, so it is export underscore enum, and then you give the values. Alternate, left, right. Facing. And we'll say that the default value is alternate facing. Oh, Factorio, jeez. If only. You can't play Factorio for a week. Come on. Like, realistically, I need a solid 5 months. I need a 5-month block to really get a good Factorio playthrough in. Because it'd just be in 2.5-hour increments. That's nothing. That's nothing. Especially if you're sprinting for like a big base. Addicted till summer ends, yeah. This is gonna be blowing seconds. So I'm including in the variable name the actual measurement, seconds. If I say amount of time, well, that's not useful. Is that milliseconds? Is that frames? What is that? Useless. And then pause seconds. Let's see, 2.5. Okay. So this necessitates a new sub-object, which is the breeze itself. So how is that gonna work? The breeze is gonna, like, I don't think I've showed this area off, and I'm not gonna bother showing it off. There's no time. We need an area 3D. Up on my to playlist, I need to do Hades 2. Bug channel for a second. Yeah. Let's see here. Hold that thought. Hades 2, Satisfactory, Psychonauts 2. That's an out there one for me, but I really enjoyed the original Psychonauts. So I'm waiting for an unsurpassable deal. Shapes 2. Shapes was fun. It's Factorio, but with absolutely no resource gathering. Resources are just free. Just grab them. Hat in Time, maybe at some point. Deep Rock Galactic. Maybe Inscription. And then there's a few indie devs that I keep up with, like myself, who I want to play their games at some point. Starground is out, but 1.0 is not out yet. It's coming soon. Bold Bogey by Ndoggy. I don't know what he plans to price that at. It's not exactly up my alley, but I still want to support him, so I will probably give that a playthrough. Lake Hopper is a harder sell for me, but I definitely want to check it out. It's unless something goes drastically different with the development on that, it's definitely not my type of game. But I still appreciate the work that's going into it. Yeah, Shapes was fun. Okay, Bug Channel. Go, go, go. Fresh game on the beta. Ran into this. Is that with the... do you have the flag set for the launch options? How's the lemon do it? Lemon should be fixed now. What's the box shape size going to be? 6 meters? 6 meters sounds pretty good. It's still set. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let's fast forward through to that point then. Oh, wait. I need to turn off the special options in the game manager. Stat if engine is active and false, so that will never be true. So this special block is code that will only run when I'm running it from the debugger, which is give me some special flags already set so that like I don't have to unlock things. I'm already at a certain room. Blah, 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 blah. And also running locally gives me the fast forward option, which is pretty handy. Did it happen during that text box? Oh, it's much better when it's actually in regular speed. Oh, yep, look at that. All right, stop. Okay, so no, it happened way before that. Okay, so now we get the benefit of being able to, I don't know. All right, turn off, turn on. Turn off, turn on. I know what this is. Do I know what this is? I think I know what this is. This is the camera being in a weird spot. This is... no. Camera is at 0, 0 for some reason. Why is it at 0, 0? Where's the player? Player is at a pretty nope. Player is all over the place. Why is the player all over the place? It's fine. It's not fine. It's fine. Make player fly. Make player stop moving around. Stop moving. Stop moving. Stop moving. Stop moving. Debugger. Oh, wait. Maybe I should look at these errors. Maybe that'll help. Did we think about that? Did we consider that there's 42,000 errors? Because there's been an error every frame? All right, come on, come on. Scaling. Mouse. Like pause. right, hold on. Stop. Replay. No, it happened as soon as the camera swapped. As soon as the camera switched over. Damn. We were supposed to get things done. So, city center. City center. There's multiple cinematics going on here. So let's see what happens. The initial approach cinematic. Is it this one? Probably. First, actor starts walking over. Camera target slowly pans up for 5 seconds. Wait. Instant camera change. Okay. Wait. Conversation with cat. Well, that seems like that should be all of it then. Nothing weird happening. Bridge is there. Okay. Can we cheat our way straight to it? I think so. Alright. Are there errors right off the bat? I mean, like a handful, but like nothing terrible. Okay. We zip on over. Slow-mo. The moment the camera changes, wait for it. Wait for it. Go faster. Now! Pause. Before the errors get out of hand. Boom. It happened right there. Scale is weird. How did scale suddenly change to not a number, not a number, not a number? Who did that? Who did that? Whose scale suddenly became that? Player. Alright, check remote. Check player scale. Why would the scale be weird? The scale is in fact weird. Okay. Why? I don't know. Okay, clear. Set player position now. Back to normal-ish. Oh, nope. Did it just change again on me when I moved him? Yeah, scale's getting set to 0. Who's setting the scale to 0? Who just did that? That is in fact what the... Okay, well, we're seeing why it's getting blanked out. It's because some code is setting the scale to 0. It should not. It should not. So it's happening... Is it the cinematic that's doing it? It shouldn't be. Okay, cinematic's already queued up, so no point in looking at that. It was Al. No. Okay. What would scale something to not... It doesn't say scale of 0. It says scale of not a number. What is different here? And mouse actor is getting scaled to a weird shape. Who's doing this? Who's doing this? Is it wait for state? Because I did make a change to how that works, but because that's disable element, which modifies collision. No, it removes it. It removes it. So this is probably not even necessary. Same with this. Same with this. Scale being assigned to each. I mean, it's like every actor. Cat is getting scaled to 0. It's like every actor is getting scaled to 0. Speed scale, not speed scale. The actual scale of the actor And that should just be dot scale. So let's look for dot scale equals. It could be that there's some, it's like that times equals or something that's happening here. Wind particles, no. Set to 1, no. Menu item, no. Nope. No. No. Main menu, file, trials, flight minigame, wire puzzle, battle effects, no. Okay. Alright. Alright, we can reproduce it here. Let's get ready to rip things apart then. Let's rip things apart. Let's go to that cinematic. Take the cinematic and start ripping out individual steps. Let's rip out the conversations. Shouldn't be anything related to that. Make things further away smaller. Oh, it's not actually changing the scale of anything. It's just moving the camera around. That's just moving the camera. There's no change of scale for anything. Boom. It's happening when we change camera. Okay, get these back in. Check GitHub to make sure nothing's actually changing in this scene. We need to be careful about that. It's when the camera changes all things. So if I change all of these, it's this camera right here. Is this doing it? All right, we're gonna move this camera change out of here. This would be weird, but this is, I think, the easiest way to find the problem. Typically, just do a binary search. Rip out half of the code and see if it still errors out. Look at that. Oh, that's the camera change. That's another camera change there that just happened. Okay, so what is this camera change doing? It is changing the target camera with a duration of 0, which because I want it to happen instantly. Set new target. That really should have nothing to do with setting scale on anything. But I did probably mess with camera targeting code to deal with, I don't even remember what. Hey, Theron, welcome in. So this is messing with... Wait, target zoom 0. That doesn't seem right. Oh wait, no, that's the default. Never mind. Default is 0. Okay, well then that's fine. Wait, is it 0 right now? Or is that some value that's like... No, that's just 0. Dupu loves it. He loves it. Camera target. Make double shrink. Has he moved down the... No, he does not change size. He's always the exact same size. That is perspective. As something moves farther away, it does look smaller, but it's not actually changing size. Just like real life. Okay. So, is it the target value, camera target? It's got to be set new target, right? Like, probably. Let's see if that changes things. Okay, here we go. Cool. What was the question there? Make a minor change in one scene. It can cause issues in other scenes. Yes, because different scenes can use the same code sometimes. And a change that may work fine in one scene actually breaks something in another scene. I don't know how to best describe it. You've got a factory that slices bread, but also slices, what's a non-edible thing that gets cut into pieces? Wooden dominoes. You got a factory that does both of that. You make a small change that says, hey, people want their bread buttered. Let's add a small change to the assembly line that says that after the slicing, we slather the result in butter. And it's like, okay, cool. The bread slicer works great, and now it also butters the bread. Cool. Oh, but now our dominoes are covered in butter. We didn't think about that because we forgot that this is used in multiple contexts. So, small change that everything works fine. Scenes are sharing the same code repository. That... Yes. Don't worry, I got it. I got it from here. We got this. Repository is actually like where you store your code, typically, is what that would mean. In which case, yes, everything in the game uses one repository. But yeah. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Let's see here. Call that. What if we just do this and say this code does nothing? Don't ever do anything ever again. Yeah, then it's just gonna make no changes. Oh, and also the callback never happens, so that's cool. All right. So it is. All right, the easy way to check this. Test. Just plop this down here immediately so we can test it quicker. We want to test this as quickly as possible so that as we make changes. So we walk in here. Well, no, wait, that's the conversation, isn't it? Is that the conversation that I moved? Yes, it is. It's actually camera target 2 that I need to change. Okay, so test camera target change. Run code. Boom. Okay, it fails instantly. Good, that's what we want to see. So we think this is related to camera target changes. Do transition on target. Which definitely could happen. Easy way to check is comment it out. See if it fails in the exact same spot. Why would that... Still fails. Okay, good. Because I would not want to mess with that code. All right, cut out this much of the code, right? Target zoom. Okay, that looks fine. So it's something in here, right? Is it a just rotation block? Cut out half of a time. Every frame slightly bigger. Okay, I mean, that's silly, but that... Is it just rotation? Is that what's failing here? This? Is this set to adjust rotation? Yes. It is set to adjust rotation. And what? Okay. Fails because of this. Great. Yeah. It should be this, right? For one thing. So why does that present a problem? Match target rotation. What does that actually do on a camera? When that is in effect, we shift the rotation of the camera to match the target. That makes sense. Why would that cause everything to go a bit wonky, though? There's got to be some divide by zero or something going on. See, that's fine. And then it fails on the next one because the next one is actually set to adjusted rotation. So it is adjust rotation that's the problem. If that is on, we have problem. Why would that be a problem? Camera handler, match target rotation. This is the only place we read this, right? Is this little block right here. So if I comment this out, then it doesn't fail, right? Correct. It's fine. Also, it starts pitching around. So, what of these things is a problem? Lerped rotation is maybe weird, or lerped rotation. Wave Rider. It's forcing the current rotation to this value. So let's print that value and figure out what it is. And then it's doing something with this value, whatever that is, with the pitch. Okay, so let's turn on slow-mo. Turn on output. Boom, stop. Look at our output. Not a number. Not a number. There it is. Right there. Right there. Okay. We're getting not a number on lerped rotation. And that's coming from this wlerp, which that's a custom function, I believe. And that's based on B minus A times result ratio, which is based on this curves function, which, no, that's all just x squared, so 0 and such wouldn't matter. Oh, transition duration not being 0, however. Or if, okay, there it is right there. We're expecting transition duration to have a value. There it is. There's our divide by 0. There's our divide by 0. It's been found. Beautiful. Don't love that, but we can get rid of that one. That one was a test anyway. Okay. Jeez, 40 minutes in, one bug. Great. Yes, okay. We are now in 1.0.6b. All right, great. Export project. Save. Builds, web upload. At least this will be easier than it was now that I've already got the branch up. Okay, builds. Zip it up. I love that I can use the zip method. Steam has a limit. Full-size games have to go through a special tool, a special console tool to upload the files to their web servers. But as long as you are under 2 gigs, you get to use just a web upload form. And that's significantly easier. But are we below 2 gigs? Yes, we are below 2 gigs. We are at 92 megs. All right, set as live for closed beta. Branch reloading. It's going out to the server. Done. Great. Brown brick.
We now return to our regularly scheduled programming.
Mac, thank you for testing this game. And welcome in, Zoom. What's Pilot Wings? All right, finally, let's get back to the substation. I did a lot of looking at videos of substations and like things about what goes on in substations and tried to. Woo-hoo. TTS did not love that, did it? Oh yeah, I don't have that. Let me try. Hello? Hello? I'm not hearing it at all. We've broken it. We found what it will not say. Welcome in, Van. So yeah, this is my Creative Liberties substation. All right. So it gets a collision shape, but it also needs a particle accelerator? No, generator. So we're gonna have process material and a pass of what is wind? What is wind? Wind is box. No, wind is plane. Alternatively, wind could be curves. So I've got this nice wind effect that's made of curves, and it looks really good in motion. And maybe I can use this if I tighten it up a bit. So this is what? This is what? A sprite. Uh-huh. Oh, right. That's how this works. That's how this works. And then it's just a bunch of positioned effects. This is still usable. This is still usable, I think. It would just be, instead of doing this, we would do a node 3D wind effect, and we would copy a lot of these and just position them. Here in space, but like in a tighter than usual zone. So as long as it fits within the little narrow confines of this. Ooh, yeah, that's a little bit. No, that's a little bit. That's a little bit. So we need to scale it down to fit better. And then did this do anything? No, that doesn't do anything. That just contains a bunch of these. I saw Pixel. I saw that. You went pro. You won. You were the winner. You were heavy weapons guy. Actually, I don't know if Splatoon actually has like, I don't know if Pro Splatoon has dedicated like class roles kind of thing in the way that TF2 did. It still does. How far out does this go? Like this far? Yeah. I don't know if this is gonna look okay or not. We're gonna find out. I should probably give it some three-dimensionality too, right? Like some of these go a little bit this way. And then the other ones go a little bit that way. All right, what does that look like? Usually heavier. There you go. See, that's what it looks like there. Can't quite see it, but it's like combined with a windy thingamabopper. Maybe that's good enough. I feel like I want it faster, which means I need to take all these and enhance their speed and max thickness. I forgot that I made that possible. Heavy splatling and Hydra splatling fit the title better. Gotcha. See, that looks very much wind. Much wind. I like that. That actually turned out okay. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. So then this is going to need to be its own scene in the face actor enemy patrol Breeze Blossom patrol scene. Perfect. So now we can work on this independently, which is to say we need wind effect available and a timer and a process function and a current state, which will toggle between blowing and pausing. What we will do is every frame we will say timer plus equals delta. If we are blowing, we need current facing as well, which is going to default to left, maybe? And we need a ready function that says, hang on now, if our specialized facing says that we only face right, then current facing should definitely start as 1. If state is blowing, then windeffect.scale.x equals our current facing, -1 or 1. That's great, it'll just flip. Cat for a moment staying next to Dabble, then zooms back to the top of the pipes. I don't like that. Why would she do that? Why would she do that? Oh, cat, please. Please. Cat, why? Cat, why? Oh. I know why! I know why! We added a new thing. The can't flee this fight business. A pulsing star around the gear. Okay, that does make sense because that is Leon's. That shouldn't happen unless Leon is the partner. Okay, hang on. Let's fall back a bit here. All right, well, you know what? No, we're gonna do that first. We'll do that first. Item on field has tongue target. Tongue target. Sets visibility there, but if game manager dot stats dot, oh boy, what stat? Current player index, or current partner index. Current partner index is not equal to 1, which is Leon. Not Leon. Then visible equals just straight up false. Comment out for now. We'll get back to that. Battle events. We added a little thing. No, not battle events. Battle manager. I added a little thing so that when there are special events in play on the arena, we add it to the intro queue. But that shouldn't happen until after. We should change that so that doesn't happen until after the events play out for the script handler. Battle script says, hey, hang on, we've got a battle begin. We've got battle begin happening. I want battle begin to happen before that. Yeah, so currently intro queue, we append, yeah. Intro queue, append the arena effects after battle begin. Pre-battle effect start. What possible pre-battle effect start could there be? Set dressing. Oh, yes. That is a thing that does have to happen. Okay. So that happens first. Pre-battle effect does happen first, but arena effects happen after that. Okay. All right. Tutorial 2. Play through the cinematic. I need an even faster fast forward. All right, well, this is going to be 106C. Yeah, there's the star. Okay, now hang on. Hang on there. Tongue target. Save. Boom. Gone. Okay, good. So now the star should only appear when Leon is the partner. Okay, good. Everyone's in the right spot at the start of the battle. And then after the text, then we should get can't run away. No, we didn't get can't run away. Where was can't run away? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. Battle manager. Intro queue. Append these things. And then append these actions to the array. Where is it? Try again. Yeah. Yeah. video games hard. Why did I make an RPG? Whose idea was that? Gosh, I must have really wanted this. Okay, there it is. Do conversation got appended. So if we look in remote in the battle manager, we should see battle actions, the action queue. There are 2 queues currently. One of those is the intro queue, and I don't know what the other one is. What happened? Do conversation. Do conversation. Why did it do conversation? Okay. Yeah, this is supposed to get queued up. Do conversation. Yes. Okay, so heads up, Mac. For any battles where you cannot run away, there might be some weird out of order stuff, like people popping into position after a can't run away dialogue. Now, I don't know of any other ones where people get popped into specific positions. Maybe the boss fight. Do conversation. Hey, Liari. So that gets bound. It gets appended. Okay, that becomes its own queue. So that's an array of just do conversation. And that gets appended to the end after the action queue of the pre-battle stuff, which is the on battle begin. So this action here should get called first, which emits on battle begin in our battle script. So on battle begin happens for tutorial rat fight, which is all of this stuff. Everyone gets positioned and action cues get appended for do conversation. So this gets appended as a new action cue. That's a whole new action cue of do more conversations. Well, that doesn't make any sense then. Then why is... Okay. So the order of operations is we queue up. All right, let's get paint out. No, let's get notepad out. So in order, battle manager, we're going to append our elements. We've got our anonymous function here, and then after we append that, we're going to append arena effect action. So that's the queue. That is the queue. So now the queue is set up and we're going to start working through it. Item 1, do the on battle begin effect, which means we're going to teleport people into their correct positions, and then we are going to create a new queue, which is going to be running independently. Do tutorial conversation. Okay, so that gets appended as a new queue. Additionally, none of that other stuff applies. So that's the end of that. So for battle actions, yes, that anytime you see the pulsing star, that's like an item on the field that can be targeted. So there are two things that can be targeted. One is items, like grabbable things that you can touch, such as a strawberry or a bob. And the other thing is the poles that Leon, the special targets that Leon can like swing from. Currently, that shows up if you are in range, regardless of whether or not Leon is the partner. Which, you know, before we added Leon, that was fine. And now I actually have to get it working for tutorial or demo mode. Okay, so battle actions. Battle actions. Cure thing. We're processing the event. We perform the action. We call it. We check to see, hey, is that anonymous function done? Tick, 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 tick. I guess. Battleactions.execute.bind. Yes. Execute just runs the call and then returns true. So yes, it is done. Therefore, remove it from the queue. Done. And then jump into the next queue. But that queue didn't get added yet. If I'm doing an iterable, such as this, okay, I mean, I know a way I can test this, I think. It's very silly. Var test list equals 1, 2, 3. For item in test list, print item. If item equals 2, test list dot append 5. Okay. Does this print 5? Or is test list already enumerated because we're already in the loop? How does GDScript handle that? It does print 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. All right. So it's going to continue iterating through it. It doesn't cache that iteration, which I'm fine with that, as long as it's consistent. So the first is done. So then it's going to immediately jump into the tutorial conversation right after that. Tutorial conversation is do conversation. Seems reasonable. Do conversation, which is start conversation and set conversation state into 1, and then wait for the conversation to be done, which just says is in dialogue. So now that action queue is in place. But now we're in a conversation and trying to trigger another conversation, aren't we? There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. We have two... Hi, Day. We have two separate conversation items going on. And they're both waiting for the same one to finish. So as soon as one of them finishes, both of them are kicked out. Oh, I see. How do I keep those separate?
After playing the latest build of the Paper Robot demo and experiencing bugs, we've cooked up a tagline for the game. Dying is easy, coming back is the hard part.
GQ's now in charge of marketing. This is canon. They're different conversations. I still have that image just sitting here, and I still have not made that a character. I've not made your plush koala a character in this game yet. But I do have a photo booth for him. So that's something. Oops, I didn't mean to start this area, because now these birds are going to ask me to jump rope with them. You know, common game development problem. Well, photo booth. Oh, yeah. Cool. Alright, what do we do about this? How do I keep these conversations separate? They're stepping on each other's toes. So both of them are just waiting for whatever the current conversation is to be over. And that's not good. I don't think that's going to be canon. Let's see here. What if... Oh, dang it. This is really poorly put together. Oh, I don't like this. Should add it to some kind of queue, right? Makes me sad to know that they would. Oh, no. Conversation queue. Append, though, is doable. But then there wouldn't be any way of knowing that that's the conversation you're in. Because it's not just like a string that I can compare. All right, it's right here. It's this queue business, because these functions get called basically every frame, and they're just checking, hey, am I done yet? Am I done with the thing you asked me to do? If so, return true, otherwise return false. And so the way I solved that initially was the initial time that you run that conversation, do that. And then when it is done, start the next one. So what I guess what I need is, I think you can do this with GDScript. Current convo equals null. Instead of this convo state business, we're gonna change this to a current conversation. If current conversation is null, then we can start the conversation and say that that's the current conversation. However, if current conversation is not null, else, then return wait for conversation done. Wait, no. If current conversation is null, start it. Else, if current conversation equals the conversation that I've provided to it, then wait for it to be done, and else just return false, because that's a different conversation entirely. We're not dealing with that one. Okay, and then current conversation equals null when the conversation finishes, and that will allow the next one to kick in. Okay, I think that works. I'm a little uncertain about storing a link to this array, a reference to the array, but it might work. GQ, did you get a pre-built? I would assume so. Not because you're incapable of building a computer, but because... All right, so let's see. Hang on. Because it seems like pre-builts are a significantly better value right now. There we go. Can't run away. Okay. There we go. Ugh. We're just fixing things. I mean, you genuinely could. You genuinely could. All right. That fixes multiple things, but I'm not going to push that out to Steam yet. Even to the beta branch. I'm going to wait until Mac has a chance to get a little... Well... Then again, I could just go ahead and export it. Change the version to 106C. Export project. It's exporting. It's exporting. Packaging. So many files. Messy. Zip. Bless you. Oh man, why are video games so hard to make? What happened? 1.0.6C. Demo dash. Demo dash? Demo dash? Web upload again. If Steam slows down for anyone, it's because I'm uploading like 5,000 copies of Paper Robot. Why did you not like that? What was the problem there? Try that again. Did not receive file. Okay, try again. I got this error earlier and I don't know what it was. Uploading. Upload failed. Is something locking the file? Try it a few times and see if it works. Cute way to cut and paste your OBS shenanigans to a new computer so you don't have to rebuild. Yes. What you want to do is in OBS, in the toolbar at the very top, go to Scene Collection, and then Export. And that will just package all of the setup into a little file. Now, admittedly, some of those little things you do... Oh, you can export under Profile as well. There you go. I don't have Profile... I don't know. Maybe I don't have that feature set up yet. I've never bothered. Now, that doesn't necessarily give you all of the images and everything, which OBS is expecting those to be... Uh-oh. Upload failed. Where's my upload? It was right here. We'll see if that works. I'm gonna keep trying, Steam. Jeez, what is... All right, hold on. I got an idea. Copy paste. I'm just gonna upload a copy of it. A copy of the zip. Maybe the zip is like in use or something. Or maybe 93 megs is the point where everything blows up. Anyway, OBS does not store your files. It just stores what the location of the file is. So it doesn't OBS does not actually store an image of a snail. It just says, hey, that scene that says there's a snail picture that goes here, that picture is located at c:/users/documents/turtlesfaves/images/snail.png. So, when you try to import the layout, if it's not in the exact same folder with the exact same name, it's gonna yell at you a lot. and say, where is this file? You have to tell me where it is right now, or I will be very cross. Okay, geez. Let's get this Breeze Blossom. Remember that? Remember that thing we were working on like an hour ago? It failed again. Steam, please. Accept my gift to you. I don't think it's like a throttling thing where it did not receive entire file. All right, hold on. Anybody? I'm getting a lot of forum posts from other languages. No, AI, you are wrong. You are so wrong. You are lying through your teeth. It's like, oh, well, you're probably having trouble downloading your game. No, I'm doing the exact opposite of downloading a game. I'm uploading a game. Okay, set this to closed beta, 1.0.6c, beta, commit. Yes, okay, it's up, Mac. It might take a while before it's downloadable, but we got it. Beta updated. All right, let's get back to this code. Look how far we made it in an hour. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I originally gave myself 5 months was my estimate, because I was like, I want to have chapter 4 done by the end of 2026. And then November rolls around and like, I'm making pretty good progress. What if we could finish chapter 2 by the end of the year? Maybe I can do 3 months per chapter. That is not something I should be trying to do, but here we are. If it is blowing, then set the scale to current facing. And then if timer is greater than blowing seconds, then timer minus equals blowing seconds, and state switch to pausing. Exactly. If we are paused, then basically do the same thing here, except use pause seconds and also wind effect visibility. Visible equals state blowing. Oh, and if we're alternating, then after pausing, when we switch to pausing, facing times equals -1, but only if we're alternating. If facing equals 0, which is alternating. And then to do turn actor as well. Okay. Let's go into the substation again, and let's see if that wind effect is working. It doesn't actually do anything yet, but it should be animating. Okay, good. Wind, 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 wind. Stop. Then turn around. Wind, 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 wind. It's only doing left right now. Can't help but notice it's not turning around. Why aren't you turning around? Why aren't you turning around? You're supposed to be alternating, right? Facing is 0. So facing, oh, not facing times, current facing times. Sorry. Now it should work. Yeah. Okay, good. That's a nice little cutesy wind effect. Great. Cool. We need access to the actual actor. Character body 3D. That's just going to be the parent. Just grab that. Every time you turn, vector dot is facing. What is it? It's facing right. That's how we store it. Current facing. Okay, so that'll cause him to flip. Next, I need to set his animation. I need it to toggle between idle. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. So what is the animation called here? Attack? Attack. Attack versus idle. Play attack. I don't think this is necessary, but we're gonna do it this way anyways. Change to idle here. I think this will work. Let's find out. Here we go. Again, the wind doesn't actually do anything yet. He's not blowing. He's not spinning. Why aren't you spinning? Oh, because I actually didn't set that up. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, do it once at the beginning and then once whenever we change. I think that's reasonable. Yeah, now we're talking. Uh-oh, you're supposed to change back to idle. Buddy, hey buddy. Why did you change back to idle? Reset. Reset. Change to reset. Yeah, all right. Okay, good. Now, this needs to actually do something. It needs to be the same as the Birdtown Canopy, the hamster wheel. The hamster wheel has a little area inside of it. Conveyor area. Actors. That's it. Yeah, this is pretty much it. It's basically the same as this, except the speed has to toggle. That's super doable. So we do body entered, we connect that to the control code, and body exited also gets connected. Do that. We move this up here somewhere. We process here, and we're done. Warp speed times current facing. And we're gonna make it like 3.5. Sure. All right, let's see if that works. It did not work. Why? What? Why? What are you talking about? What do you mean? is not null. Animation player. Animation player is null. Huh. Okay, so do this. Is that better? Yeah, that seems fine. Ooh. Did I feel the wind from there? Shouldn't. No, we're good. Okay. Alright. Blow me. No, nothing. Print. It would probably help if this guy was duplicated and lived over here. Oh, the collision zone. The collision type, it needs to actually be looking for actors. That's it. That's it. Probably. Maybe. Still not feeling the breeze. Why am I not feeling the breeze here? I look like I'm in it. Still nothing. Okay. What else could this be? Area 3D. Mask is set to 2. Alright, let's go back to the canopy. Conveyor area. Mask is set to 4 and 6. What? Why not? Oh, I guess, yeah. I guess. Still not pushing me. But I feel like it more likely could. Breeze Blossom, Control, Mask, 4 and 6. I don't have any partners. I turned off all that Game Manager demo code. Alright, turn it back on. Try reloading so that I have a partner with me. He's not getting moved around either. Neither of us are. We're not interacting with the area. Is it because of the scale? Doesn't feel like it. Because this is a scale of 1 right there. Let's double check. I'm going to double check the actors. Patrol zone, area 3D is set for 4 and 6. Yep. Got a 1. Collision mask is the one, right? Yeah. To see what it scans. Okay. Collision shape is probably fine. Alright, I'll tell you what, let's do. Hey, Krillionaire. Why are so many people streaming vibe coding? I don't know. Mac, vibe coding is basically using generative AI to do the programming. And you just tell it, program me something that does that. And then whatever it spits out, you paste it in. And then if it doesn't work, you tell it, hey, it's not working, here's what it's doing. And you just go back and forth. I don't know. It does feel very strange. Not up my alley because I genuinely enjoy doing programming. So I don't know. Some people don't. Some people want the end product. They're not interested in the programming, and I guess to each their own. All right. On-body entered is not checking. We've double-checked. Hey, Velcro! Welcome. Come on in. Grab a chair. It was built in. Yeah, it is very peculiar. Because this is the fun stuff. I know that different people like different things. This is something I tell my kid all the time. Different people like different things, and that's okay. I love doing the programming part. Like, in the, what are we at now? Like, 18 months spent on this project. Absolutely the most fun part for me has been building the engine for an RPG. The combat engine, the dialogue system. Well, yeah, it's a different thing, and language will evolve to specify now that we have to specify. Beans, how was your stream tonight? Get much progress done? I snooped a bit at some of the VODs to kind of get a feel for the project. I tend to do that. And also snooped around at your schedule to see if there was ever a chance I was going to get to raid you. A blue moon, perhaps. But I hope you had a good stream. We are working on a new little enemy for the field. The enemy works in combat, but I want the enemy to have a specific ability in the field, which, I mean, should be pretty evident what it's supposed to be doing when I walk by, and it's not doing it. C64 cassette drive. Nice. Everybody goes, wow, Commodore 64 and the like. I have a Commodore 64 in the closet, and I've never bothered setting it up. I used to work in a computer repair shop in kind of a little podunk town that was right next to a very big city. So I was living in the big city and working in this very, very little town as a technician for a small little mom and pop shop that did computer repair for a bunch of people that I've got some stories. I've never, okay, so we used to get a lot of stuff dropped off for recycling, and we had one guy who had very few teeth who would come by and like take old motherboards and such to, I guess, extract the metals to pay for his hobbies. But sometimes we get monitors dropped off, so I've got a closet full of spare monitors at this point that have followed me halfway across the state. But one of the craziest things is someone dropped off a fully functional Commodore 64, and I basically just looked at my boss and I was like, I want to take this home. And they're like, all right, take it. Sure. Dream job. Yes, his hobbies. I never bothered asking, but I'm sure that he had some interesting things he got up to. Dream job it was not, because of having to deal with people. Some of the worst interactions I've ever had in my life were at that shop. But I really enjoyed the work part of having like 5 or 6 computers running and like, okay, something's going on, something's funky with the screen on this one. This one probably driver's problem. They're cool with just reinstalling Windows, so let's just kick that off and check in on it in an hour. You know, this one's got a busted keyboard on the laptop. We got to price a replacement because we're not gonna bother trying to actually fix the parts. It was very nice because it was that right level of skill where we flat out said we're never gonna try to repair components. If your motherboard has a busted capacitor, we are not going to try to solder in a new one. It's not happening. If you want a new motherboard, we'll price a replacement, sure, but at anything lower level than that, we're not going to do it. So it was great. It was great. And actually, at one point, we got a contract to build a lot of computers for a local school system. And so that was a really fun summer of just like building probably like 200 or 300 desktop computers, and it was all the exact same part, so you really get into a groove. Oh, that was fun. But some of the people were genuinely upsetting. There was one guy who was very convinced that the FBI was tracking him, and it was like, all right, I know you guys, you know, gave me a completely new computer, but I'm pretty sure the FBI is on this one. And I was like, I don't want to just keep reinstalling Windows for you because I don't think this is going to help you in the way that you think it will. And then there was one guy who was just adamant that nothing was his fault. But the way he looked at me when he was telling me this, and this like very fake smile plastered on his face the entire time, I was genuinely scared for my life that he was about to just stab me while smiling the whole time. There are less than 5 people I have encountered that I got genuine like feeling of like, wait a second, you're psychotic, you're a sociopath. Well, anyway, about time for my lunch break. I don't know that they wanted to. It was basically, I want to say it was like a laptop with a failing hard drive. And I was just trying to explain the idea of like, oh, well, yeah, hard drives are mechanical components, so if they kind of get a little bit moved around while they're writing, you know, sometimes that can cause some failure, or sometimes that decreases the performance. And he's like, I know you're not telling me that this is my fault. You're not gonna tell me that this is my fault. I was like, it was scary. Oh man, we had one lady who threw away her charging cord on the new laptop that we sold her. This sounds like a punchline, but it happened. She threw away the charging cord because we told her it had wireless. No, it was a real thing. That sounds like a joke. The poor old lady. She had to buy a replacement power cord. Oh, gee. Yeah, it was really mom and pop. We had, at the location I was at for a long time, I was the only employee there. The main office had 2 to 3 guys working there. It was the guy owned, he was setting up a 3rd location about the time I was getting out of it. No, 4th. But they all had like 2 or 3 people at them, so it was not a huge operation. But that kind of made it fun. There were a lot of roaches. Hovercat, yes. Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, a lot of stories. But anyway, that's how I wound up with the Commodore 64, is someone was throwing it out, and I was like, I'll take it. And that was like, all right, sure, that's just part of the perks. Sometimes you get a Commodore 64, I guess. Okay. Why, riddle me this, why is On Body Entered not being triggered by the patrol zone? Area 3D, this is active. It is signal is connected. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. I named it wrong. There it is. There it is. But yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I'm still not getting it. Thought that was it. Go to method. There. Go to method. There, yeah. On area 3D. On area 3D. Body entered. On area 3D. Body entered. That looks right. That looks right. All right, what if I disconnect, reconnect? No, that shouldn't make a difference. I did. Like I said, I was living in a big city, but the workplace was like 20 minutes down the road in a really small town that was like barely its own town compared to the big city that was like right next door. Okay, what else could this be? What if I turn on, oh, wait, oh, that did some stuff. Oh, wait. Player is supposed to be, okay, I think the collision layer on the player is not what I expect. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what dancing thing it could possibly, okay. All right, nobody tell D. Nobody tell D about this. But she's silk songing. Let's hide that again before she finds out. It is. Her avatar is from web fishing. And I surreptitiously pasted her face onto Hornet's Silk Song, John Silk Song dancing gif. Okay. All right. Let's open up the remote view and check the layer of the player sprite. Check the layer of the player. Thank you for the follow. All follows are anonymous. Oh, okay, yeah, 6. And also 2. 6 is only for the player, specifically for the player. 2 is for any actor. And yeah, that's good. The player is in 6. So this area, which collision mask 6, collision layer doesn't matter, right? We don't care. Object A can detect a contact with B if B is in the layer that A is scanning. A is our Breeze Blossom area, which is scanning for 6. Our player is object B, which is in layer 6. Escalators are terrifying. I imagine, yeah, when you're... my kid is still getting used to them. When you are new to the concept of escalators, it's like, whoa, wait a second. When do I... Wait, it's moving. How do I step on it? But yeah, it doesn't take long to get the hang of it. Why are you so not helping me here, buddy? Okay, collision mask. Add collision mask 2. Oh, well, now you guys are... Yeah, you're winding yourselves around, huh? Oh, whoa. Oh, oh. Oh, yeah, that's something I didn't think about, is that it's on even when it's not on. Okay, so if I step here, then I should feel the force of both of them. No, even now I do not. But my collision mask. Okay. Okay, player just doesn't collide with it. Why is that? Why does the flower have gravity? I just think that would be neat if they did. He just needs it. He needs it. All right. Get out here, Leon. Leon. Why does it not? I'm gonna really kick myself when I figure out why the area is affecting things other than what I expect them to. We already had a rough go of it, of fixing some pretty terrible bugs that were found in the demo. That thing's been out there for 2 months, so that's great. Okay, the patrol zone. All right, you know what? I know what to do. Let's go back to the canopy. Is the event in play right now? Is it gonna be filled with prickles? Oh yes, it's gonna be filled with prickles. Okay, cool. Get out of here. Oh, look at that. It's spinning. I didn't think about that. Get out of here. Oh, I love having 100 of something. Okay, so that's a noteworthy thing, is that the wheel is spinning. Okay, well, I guess we should fix that, huh? Wait for state. 3. Running, yeah, this one. Okay, but that one is working. This one is 100% working. Actor, yeah. So it on body entered. Hang on. What is the specific? We're looking for body entered. Am I grabbing the wrong? Body entered. No. Okay. All right. Disconnect. Disconnect these methods. But the methods still exist. Look at this. Why is it naming it on area 3D body entered instead of just on body entered? Why would it do that? On area 3D. Oh, I guess that's just what it does, huh? Okay, I guess that's fine. Okay, well, I want to change it to on body entered. There we go. And then on body X. Okay, so this is definitely, all right, we're gonna print. We're gonna get in here. Mario Sun, yeah, that's your weakness. All right, did we see? No, it still didn't print. I still didn't get. I'm passing through as hard as I can. Wait, oh, there we go. Okay, I'll take it. All right, so just slap this in here, get rid of this. Apparently it's not hitting us on the left side. I'm gonna assume that's because of the scaling. So instead of using scale, let's do rotation.y equals 0 if current facing equals 1, else pi. Okay. Healy mouth dentist. I hated that. Hated that one. Wait, am I still not? I thought we had fixed this. Oh, okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. But then it doesn't. Then it doesn't over here. Okay, that's progress, at least. Jeez, that's progress. Easy fix, mesh instance. Mesh instance, it's a box. It's a wonky box. Geometry, transparency, it's a see-through box. All right, show me. I remember that, and I hated it. Okay, it's pointing that way at first. Oh, because it doesn't adjust until we get back to here. Then it will readjust. Now, no. Does not appear to be spinning. They do love their giant eels. So true, so true. Oh, because I'm doing the wind effect instead of just, I guess I just want the whole self, huh? Yeah, give me the whole self. Oh, there we go. Nice, okay. Get rid of this mesh. Anything else? Are we good? Is everything hunky-dory? Oh, Glover. I love Glover. No, I don't. I love the idea of Glover. Oh, jeez. Ooh, hang on now. That was a problem there. It was very janky. Okay, what happened there? Velocity was still going. Oh, because the direction. Oh, geez. Okay, yeah. Current facing. Only do the pushing if the state is blowing. Yep. Makes sense. Better. Bit by bit. It was very floaty geometry. Very similar to Chameleon Twist. Oh, there was like a single frame where I went the wrong way. Yeah, that was the Wizard's Castle. That's where the accident happened. You know, with your evil twin, Cross Stitch, who is the other glove. What a great concept. What a great concept for such a dumb game. I love it. That was kind of the magic of the N64 era. It's like, all right, yeah, okay, you're a glove. You walk around on fingers, and you have a ball that you throw, and that's the game. And then the lore is that a wizard was doing magic. You're a wizard's glove, and the wizard was doing magical spells. And then, oh no, and then one glove fell into the potion and the other flew out the window. But oh no, the magical crystals from the castle, I guess they're important. Oh no, they're falling off the castle. They're gonna break. So Glover uses magic to turn them into bouncy balls so that they don't break. And then they bounce into 6 magical realms that you have to explore. That's good. Okay, here comes an ad. Oh wait, no, that's 4 minutes from now. We're good. No, it's a cool idea. It's a cool idea. And it's very N64 of just like, I don't know, you have to play a video game. Have some plot, I guess. We're not putting a lot of thought into it. Don't worry about it. But then the other glove emerges from the cauldron where he fell, and the potion turned him evil, and now he's an evil glove, and he's the villain of the piece. And his name is Cross Stitch, which honestly, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. Only do this when this, and also, there we go. That should fix it. It did. I mean, did you ever play Chameleon Twist? See, there was definitely a frame there. All right, so, whoa, I can't. Okay, now watch. There's gonna be one frame. There. It did just. Chameleon Twist was. It felt like a tech demo for a really interesting game. It felt like a prototype for a really cool concept. And then they just ran out of budget right there. It was very floating geometry N64 game. Very floating geometry character design. Well, Trilliaire, you're in luck because we talk a lot about Bomberman 64 and Quest 64 and Bomberman 64 2, The Second Attack, which wasn't even the second Bomberman on the 64. Oh, man. It wasn't even... It was Bomberman 64 2, but it was the third one on the N64. Oh, jeez. I'm very inspired by the N64 era. What a time. What a time it was. All right, rotation is based on current facing. Okay, so current facing is left, and then we pause. We change to facing right on the actor, and now current facing times equals -1, so now we're facing right. I guess maybe this is okay. I've got a sweet spot or a soft spot for N64 games and GameCube games and SNES games. Okay, that does seem to have fixed it. All right, we got it. Finally. Okay, this guy's gonna be very useful. This guy's gonna be very useful because he is configurable. Text-based DOS games. I grew up with... What did we have? We had King's Quest 3. We had King's Quest 3. And we had a whole container of floppies. But that was the era. So I remember having some very basic ASCII-based games, in addition to graphical stuff like King's Quest 3 and Wheel of Fortune. But it was, I think, a specific version, like 1985 edition. Bear Like Lion. In Raiders, and welcome in a new follower. Thank you. How's it going? Welcome in. We are working on our Paper-like RPG, and I finally got this field effect working, this little wind effect functioning, which took way longer than it should have, admittedly. We're gonna give it a good test here. Oh, look at that! Nice. We're in business. Thank you for the follow. All follows are anonymous. And Roy Eater, thank you for the lizard party. Here come the lizards, everybody. There they are. It's a long story. Oh no! And the ads came up. Raiders. I'm sorry about the ads. Sad emoji. Sad emote. You got here right. I only run ads once an hour, or whatever the bare minimum is, and then there they are. Okay, so that's gonna be the idea with that guy up top. So you have to twist that, and then it's like, oh, I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That is weird. So this is gonna be like, oh, you can sidestep him, or you can just like take him on. Okay, there we go. That works. That works really well. Honestly, I'm very satisfied with that. You are a test enemy. You can be deleted. Yeah, this worked out great. All right, we got about a minute and a half on the ads. Oh, Bear, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna poke it at this. Let's see what's going on here. See what you were working on while we're waiting for the ads to finish. Hi from New Zealand. Oh, hello. Hello from generic United States somewhere. I'll never tell. I'm so glad you guys are here. The big USA. Somewhere in that big old USA. Oh, we don't. Oh, no VODs. Dang it. Oh, well. That's fine. That makes sense. That makes sense. Have a good sleep. Have gotten out of hand. It's not. I've got it scheduled. It's an hourly schedule. I guess it's not quite an hour. How often is it? I don't remember. It's like every 50 something minutes it plays a 3-minute ad block. Which I think is reasonable. It's like, okay, 59 minutes. So it's like 55 minutes or change of content, and then a 3-minute ad break. And the benefit is, yes, exactly, Al. No pre-rolls. Oh, sounds good, Bear. Thank you. Yeah, the getting rid of the pre-rolls is big. There's some people in our group that are still not set up in such a way to disable pre-rolls. Yeah. Of course, if you raid during that block of time where the ads are right about to start, I got nothing. I need to figure out how Dove does his little ad timer. Shut up, Snail. Ooifies text. Yeah, that's a fun one. That's a fun little program. Because then it's like you can see at a glance, like, oh no, the timing. Oh no, this was coming. This was preordained. I do need to figure out what GermDove does for that. I don't know if there's like some kind of site he uses, or if he's got it set up with a script, or if he's like poking into the Twitch API or something. I don't want to have to like really work at it. I need to figure out what that is. You got it in OBS, man? I need to figure out how to get that incorporated. I love programming. I like Rust, C++. I don't like C++ or Rust. I'm gonna be honest. I like JavaScript. That's my dark secret, everyone. I actually like JavaScript. You can click a button. I do have the button for snoozing. Is Twitch native in OBS? Man. There's got to be some way to... I don't know. There's probably some setting in OBS that I've had this same version of OBS running for so long. Why is R becoming a 4? That should be A becoming a 4. The chat. I don't have the chat widget. Maybe that's what it is. Because I use... Germdove hates that I do this, I think. I use the stream dashboard in Twitch. Dashboard.twitch.tv. Oh, jeez. We got one thing actually done tonight, and that was this. That's it. Yeah, I wonder if he captures the widget. That would be... Well... Maybe. Alright, I'm gonna check in this code. Breeze Blossom Field Effect. Ugh. Whew. Jeez. I actually do like C#. I use C# a lot at work. I haven't used Python in a long time. GDScript is the closest I've gotten to Python programming in several years. I like the dashboard for having like the... I mean, all I really use it for is the activity feed in the chat. I never did any of that kind of scripting. I did about 10 years ago. Most of my work was Visual Basic, VB.NET 6, I don't remember which version, and JavaScript. Got into Salesforce, unfortunately. Got kind of pigeonholed into Salesforce for a bit. Do not like it. Do not like it. It's Java-esque, but I don't even like Java to begin with, let alone their weird flavor of Java. Then got into some newer stuff with C#, which is a little bit better. Dipped into TypeScript a bit, but honestly, I JavaScript on its own is still fun. I think my problem with TypeScript is I hate the extra step of transpiling. It's got to be transpiled down to JavaScript, which I get, that's important, but I wish there was some way to just do it natively or something, because when I'm working in a JavaScript project for like a web page, if I'm like trying to test like, oh, wait a second, what's this function returning? I can just copy my code and paste it in the console of the website and get immediate feedback. But with TypeScript, you can't do that because, oops, you copied your code and that included your typing statements, which is invalid syntax for JavaScript. Anyway, 6 new issues. Hopefully, gear is missing from treasure chest? Gear is missing from treasure chest? You know what? It is. It is. It doesn't look like it is, but it is. Because I made a change to the gear spinners. Yep, gear flavor. Normal. Okay, hang on. Rather than do it that way, gear flavor. This is coming back null, I bet. Okay, so if I go in here, it's gonna be all the gears. It's not gonna, any gear that was supposed to be gray, basically, or silverish, would have been missing. Yeah, no, wait, hang on. Did I accidentally actually? It shouldn't have. Hang on, undo this change here. Yeah, undo these changes. Here we go. It's probably because it's coming back null. reload. It's probably coming back null. Yeah, there it is. Okay, it's gone. Yep, coming back null. So what we have to do is say if gear flavor is null, gear flavor equals 0. Done. That's the default now. Jeez. Ow. Jeez. Oh. Well, see, the thing is that Al has been... Jeez. You're not Cat. No one has ever seen this text. Al has been playing this minigame, like, all the time. Forever. There we go. It's back. Video game. Okay. So what it was with the gear thing is I made a change to the variable or something, and it made it so that all existing instances were null, and that shouldn't have even been possible. Okay, so that's multiples of those. 1, 2. Was able to attack an enemy as I went into a fight before selecting an actual attack. Yes, that's always been, well, always? That's been in the game for a long, long time. I never mention it anywhere. That's not tutorialized. Maybe an NPC will hint at it at some point in the game for clever players to find out about, but it's just going to be, you smack an enemy. Like if you do a gear spin into an enemy as you're coming at them, that happens automatically. Gear missing, yep. Gear missing, yep. Gear missing, yep. Okay, good. Yes, all gears will be missing if they were iron gears. Okay, so here's what you got to do. Here's the only way to beat Al, and that is you have to get him at a mini game category that he doesn't know as well. Games on Nintendo consoles, he's got those down. See, there's no point now. Your best bet for getting points is just guess a letter to grab 10 points as soon as it comes up, because that at least you can type before him. There you go. Boom. You've got some points, and then Al takes it, and he's a machine. Man's a machine. Anyway, Mac. Yeah, that should handle all of those. In fact, we can export. I don't know. Legend of Zelda items. Okay. I hope it's Master Sword. Alright, we're gonna build yet again. Good way to end the stream here. Update the beta build. Demo 1.0. Oops, hang on. No, there's something missing here. Delete this. Something we didn't do. The version number. 106 D. That saved. There we go. 106 D. Now we can do it. Have some good dinner. We'll be ending stream soon, but I'll find somebody good for us to raid into. Yeah, it's coming along. It's still got a few years left, but gosh, if we're not getting a little bit closer every day. Every day. The thing is, that there are, and I've said it before and I'll say it many more times after this, building a game is just solving a million little different problems. There we go. Builds. Web upload. Deku League. Now here's a category that you've got a chance on. Definitely more of a chance if you've actually played Slay the Spire. Demo. Yeah, this is a total toss up for everybody. Error, failure. What the crap, Steam? What the heckin' heck is this about? What do you mean error, failure? That doesn't tell me anything. You're not being helpful. We do need to probably pick a range target, because I'm not going to be able to get into another big thing. But hey, you know what? We got the little wind effect. It actually works. We did something that we set out to do tonight, and I think that's a pretty nice bit of progress. Perfect. Photon is on. Did not receive entire file. I've never received these. I wonder if Steam's server is having issues. I don't know what the deal is. Boom! Victory. Upload failed. It's just yelling at me. It's like, why? Why? Did not receive entire file. Steam, please accept my beta branch. Offering you an olive branch. Oh, depot build in progress. Failure. This is unusual. Come on, Steam. Come on. File upload complete, maybe? The progress bar filled up pretty well. What is Steam's problem tonight? I'm having a lot of issues with this. See, this is good. What we're getting in this chapter is different movement of actors, because in chapter 1, every enemy moves the exact same way. I've never told anyone this, but all 3 flavors of Piggles, oh wait, actually the Wallow is the exception. The 3 normal flavors of Piggles, the snail, the heavy snail, and the cave mite, all 6 of those different enemies have the exact same movement patterns, which is wander around in a small area. What on earth is a Piggle? Oh my goodness, he doesn't even know what a Piggle is. Do we have access to a Piggle? Do we have quick access to a Piggle here? Of course we do. Haven't you ever seen a Piggle? No. Alright, here we go. Finally, beta 1.0.6D set as live for closed beta. Commit. Whoa. Piggle. I will show you a Piggle. That monstrosity is a Piggle. Oh gosh, he's seen me. That there is a Piggle. Beware. he could strike at any moment. Oh! Run! Run, my friend! Alright, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and raid out. It's a little bit earlier than usual. Oh no, wow. Alright, we got a lot of bug fixing done. And most importantly is we finally got the patrol system working for this guy, which is do not move, make wind. I'm gonna be able to redo some of the stuff in the Chapter 2 dungeon to take advantage of this to be an actual obstacle. Like, hey, here's a guy who's like, I can actually set this up where he's constantly blowing wind. Or where he only faces one direction or whatever. Actually, this guy probably does need to only face left, doesn't he? Yeah, once you get to the right, you're done. I like there's like a little footnote for your chat message. We're gonna go over to Epic Photon, who is a dev working on a game called Lake Hopper. And I will point out that Lake Hopper is now wishlistable on Steam. He doesn't have the trailer up yet, but he's been capturing footage for it. It is a game about seaplane. It's probably the level of simulation versus whimsy. It is an immersive sim. There we go. It's an immersive sim. And I'm not a pilot myself, but I imagine there is a core group of people out there who will love this game. I will play it, and I will play it badly, but I'm really angling to get him to put in, like, Hot Air Balloon. Or the Birdman suit from Pilot Wing 64. Now there's a game. Everyone, have a wonderful evening, and I'll be back tomorrow. Oh, wow. Okay, bye, everybody.